Welcome back to another episode of Bridging the Gap. I'm C. This is Brandon.
All right, so this topic now is a pretty popular topic, coming from probably the most popular league in America right now, which is the NFL. And recently, they came out with a rule saying that they must hire at least one minority in an offensive position, I believe.
Yep.
And just to like tackle that, I really don't like that at all. I get that it's more opportunities for minorities, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's not genuine at all. Like if I get hired, if me personally, if I get hired at that position, I'm almost going into it like, damn, they kind of was forced to hire me in a way like, you know, did they actually want me here? Did the owner, how he really feel about this? Like, it just feels forced. And again, I get that it might be a problem with hiring minorities in the NFL, but at the same time, I also get that you're an owner, and who is anyone to tell you who you can hire?
Mm.
So I get both sides.
Okay.
Now, granted, the owner might come from a racist or whatever background. Trust me, I understand that, and I'm not condoning that. That is wrong, and there's no place for that. And not only in the league, but just as a human being, there's no place for that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I get like, you can't tell me who to hire. It's like I plan on having my own gym one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be damned if the state try to, or anyone try to tell me who to hire. Yo, hire this person.
Right.
We just need more minorities working at gyms. You got to hire at least two. I'm like, that should just come off the strength that I want to do that.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't have to force me to, because now I'm like forcing myself to find these people, and who's to say that I'm really gonna like them or not? Like, it's my decision. I built that business. The owners in this context, they built that franchise. They can technically hire who they want to hire.
True.
Again, like I said, it just goes back to their personal relationship, like their personal ethicals, as to, are they a good person or not at the end of the day? Like, are they ethical? Are they non-ethical? Are they racist? It goes more to that sort of stuff. But
Gotcha.
yeah, what's basically your input on that?
Man, it's a hard topic. Like I see both sides.
Same, yeah. Like
It's hard because I see what you're saying. Like, as far as having your own business, you don't want to be forced to, I need to hire these people or this type of person or whatever. But at the same time, it's a problem, right? How do you fix the problem? I don't know how you fix the problem. Like, I think anybody that can really be objective can look at the NFL and say it's disproportionate as far as black opportunities. Now, yeah, we have players, but as far as coaches, GMs, owners, which I don't even know whatever happened in my lifetime, that culture is there. That culture is not, very positive for us in that, as far as being in a position of power. It just isn't there. So how do you fix that? I don't know. Like, I don't know how you fairly fix that. So
Genuinely,
right.
fairly fix that.
And this, I think this is the problem. It's 2022 and it's still a severe problem. So I guess I have to commend that they're trying to do something. I'm not saying this is the right thing, but they're trying to put some type of attempt, because it's to this day, it's still like, it is what it is. It's the good old boys club. And we can't get a seat at the table. But as a business owner, I can understand that.
Right.
I don't want to be told. But at the same time, as a business owner, you probably would be conducting yourself ethically. You probably would give the person who's best for that position a shot, regardless.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the problem is, I don't think other people are doing that. So that's why this comes into play.
Yeah.
It just makes it makes it difficult, man.
That's why I said it's more so who they are as a person. That's why I said that first and foremost. Like,
Yeah.
it comes down to that, because like the foundation of how the NFL came about, it came out and when it was still a predominantly racist society. Like,
Yeah.
these owners are very old, and who they probably gonna pass it down to like their family or whatever,
Yep.
who passed down that same racial mindset, probably. So it's still like, it's kind of like how America was built off of racism.
Right. And
That-
maybe that's how they're looking at it, because with companies, you had affirmative action. That
Right.
was the only way to get us in the door. And that's only 15%. You know what I mean? So 50% may get a job. Even with this, we're talking about one one minority job. We're not talking about a slew. So what are there? 32 teams?
32 teams, yes.
So that's only 32 positions. Out of how many positions in the NFL? So I mean, is it really like changing anything or like breaking the door down? No. I'm trying to look at the positive of it. And the way that they determine, they said most coaches come through the offensive coordinator type positions. So they said, well, let's try to put minorities in those situations. So now they'll have a better opportunity to get a head coaching job.
Whoa.
So they were able to track, like, well, how many black coaches do we have? Well, where do they really come from?
Because if I'm not mistaken, right, I don't know where Flores, where he came from before he became a coach. But I know for somebody like Todd Bowles, I think he used to be a defensive coordinator.
Correct.
And he got the head coaching job with the Jets before.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of another black coach. Mike Tomlin, I think he started off on defense, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure he came from a defensive background.
I'm trying to think of Dungy's background.
Dungy, I'm not too sure. But he said, I'm thinking of Herm Edwards.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, Herm Edwards used to play in the NFL on defense too.
Right.
Dungy, I'm not super sure. I probably got to look at that one. But
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be outliers, but I think the majority probably. But we honestly can probably two hands go through like black coaches in the last 30 years.
I mean, and to your point, I guess why they want to put more in offensive positions, because I can name a couple right now that's been in offensive positions for a while now and didn't have that opportunity.
Right.
Like Eric Bieniemy.
There's no
from
way
the
he should
Chiefs.
not have a. There's no way he should not be a head coach.
Deuce Staley, been in the same position for years.
Yeah.
Running backs coach, assistant head coach. I think he's like the same thing over in Detroit now. So it's like,
Yeah. So what does it take to get a chance? I mean, this is the thing. I don't think it was just going to naturally happen. It's just not going to naturally happen. There's no way. Because, like you said, they've been operating this way for 100 years. They're not going to change. So the culture is not going to change off of goodwill, off of we need to do better. Oh, okay. So in 200 years, there'll be 5 black head coaches and 1 GM.
And you think like it's changed, the league is changing slightly on it, but I think it kind of correlates to how they view quarterbacks in the league.
Mm.
They want that typical cerebral quarterback, and we see primarily it's been that we want that white quarterback, that cerebral quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we prefer. Maybe they prefer that same type of coach. You know, they got like a same kind of standard with that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, I just think a lot of people are comfortable around their own kind and status quo. Why would you, if it's been working for you 100 years, why are you going to change that? Like,
True.
if that's who you are, that's who you are. Like, if you got your money through a certain type of means and you really don't have to interact with certain people and you don't have to answer to anybody,
Right.
why? So it's just one of those situations where there is no easy answer. And I don't know if there is a answer that will not come off like a certain way.
Right.
Like there has to be something has to be done. So I guess that is their attempt. It kind of sucks when you look at it because then you're thinking, did I earn this job or am I filling a quota?
Yeah. Like I said, that's how I would look at it going into it if I was hired. I'm like, I mean, of course I'm gonna have to have confidence in myself, but at the same time,
Right.
Quota, or did I really earn it? Like,
I mean, okay, but at the same time, so Brian Flores' lawsuit is still out there, and 2 additional coaches came out in support of it and added their name and said, this is what's happening. So this is the culture, right? It's hard to get a job. So Flores is not just like, saying some BS. This is actually happening. So I see a reason for something to occur.
yeah, especially your man Belichick slipping up.
He used to be. Yeah, I know. And Bill put him out there. Bill made it known like these dudes don't really have real chances. They were filling the quota of interviews.
Right.
So if that's how they act with just that, why would they really give anybody a fair shot? I mean, it's sad because of, football is actually like my favorite sport. But just, I guess as a black man, sometimes it hurts because like behind the scenes, we're getting screwed.
Right.
We're not getting a piece of this pie. It's a lot of money being made. And no matter how rich you think certain players are, and they are, that's nothing. We can't get to the table of ownership. And I think that's where everybody's talking about coaching and GMs, but what about ownership? What about us owning an actual team? Then, unfortunately, then you got a chance, to put like black people on,
Right.
or hire the best person. But then let's say you got a team and you hired like a white GM and a white coach, because you thought they were like the best, but now you're screwed.
Right. Yeah.
Now you're a sellout.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, we got the first black team, and this what you doing?
So now, like, that expectation of you is like, well, now it's kind of like just flipped. Like now,
Yep.
now you gotta. There's no way around it. You gotta hire at least a black coach or a black GM.
Yeah.
Probably even 2, just because you're the only black owner, probably the first black owner.
Right.
If you're not, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all right. How many black coaches do we have right now? 3, maybe.
we got
Tomlin.
We got
In Houston.
Bowles.
Yeah, Bowles just got his because
A hand me down.
Nah, I think Brady said, I'm not. I think Brady got Adrian's kicked out of that coaching after that last game. So what? Yeah, 3.
Wait, last game? Oh yeah,
No,
because they
because they
lost
should
to
have
the
won.
Rams. Yeah.
No, they should have won that. Like stupid. I don't want to talk about that anymore. But
It's I want to say it's the Texans hired.
yeah, yep.
I forget who they hired.
I think
He used to coach. I
the
believe.
Chargers, wasn't it? I could be wrong. For some reason, I think it's he used to coach the Chargers, and that's sad. So he got the
Oh wait,
job.
was it Lovey Smith got a job somewhere? I think.
I thought that. Oh, maybe that's Lovey.
Yeah,
No.
maybe he went to Houston.
Oh man, don't
I saw.
don't hate me right now.
But yeah, I think that's about it.
That's sad. So you got a job at Houston, and you don't have Deshaun Watson now.
Yeah, you got the guy Mills.
Like,
I'm honestly, I don't really follow the Houston, so I don't know
well,
how he really played. But
nah, dude. No, it's like it's. I forget one of the. I think. Dang, was it Bowles or Hugh Jackson said, like, when we do get jobs, we get like crummy jobs. We get jobs where we're kind of expected to fail.
yeah, because I can't even name the running back. I can't name the wide receivers down there.
I think. Well, I know they did have Brandon Cook.
They still have him.
I don't know. For some reason I thought he left, but he was there last season because when Hopkins went to Arizona, I think they picked up Brandon Cook. But outside of that, like, yeah, it's not like a talent. Oh man, that's a whole different. But I mean, like I said, it's just one of those situations where there is no wrong or right, and I can see everybody's side in the situation, and it's hard for me to argue more one way than another.
Right.
All right, so it's still a biased league, and there'll be at least 32 jobs occupied by a minority, and that doesn't mean black. That could be a woman, so just minority. Period. So, in the long run, will it help? I don't know.
To be determined.
Yeah, let's check it in another 20 years and see what the league looks like. I don't think it's going to be much different, but who knows?